I've devised a little personality test. Just some questions about your days in the business. Fairly random, but I'm going to throw them at you thick and fast. And the first one is the move you hated taking more than any other.
ECW to WWF.
No, I'm sorry. The professional wrestling move, like
the wrestling move. Yeah. The move I hated more than any other. It's when you're laying on a table or on the mat and you see somebody climb to the top rope and jump 10 feet into the air. It takes a certain kind of stupid to like just lay there and wait for it. And there's that split second where, you're thinking, half an inch off, you're going to splat my head, but then in time, guys like Sabu, 100% trust completely. And once you get to that comfort zone, but there's a period of sort of learning how to just lay there and wait for it. And that was early on in ECW. There are other guys that will say they can do, they've never done it. And I'm like, yeah, we're not trying that. The guys, you can trust, there's guys that, you can't trust. And so that for me, I think was like the most, the other, as far as a specific move, I was never a fan of the German, taking the German, right? Because a lot of guys, every one of us is different and every one of us executes differently. And early on in my career in UWF, we were in Baton Rouge at the Centroplex. I'm wrestling Rick Steiner, and he calls the move and goes behind me. Well, my inclination was to jump as hard as I can, throw myself into it, right? Well, he was just so cock strong that me throwing my momentum, it was like literally right over him, like a pencil, like slammed on my head into the mat. And for about 30 seconds, I thought I was paralyzed. And for like a month after, my fingers and toes were numb. And it just was like a little bit gun shy, to do this. So I always tell people I don't do any kind of backward move like that.
The rest of these questions may have to be with time constraints, 1 or 2 words now. Favorite drink on the road?
Used to be dark beer. Went from that to now that I'm watching my figure more, hard seltzers. You can drink 10 of them and not get drunk or whatever. I don't like getting drunk or tipsy, so I rarely drink more than 2 or 3.
But I hate hard seltzer. Favorite year in the business?
Favorite year would be 1993 to roughly 2000. The ECW years were just amazing. For a guy like me that saw all the shit I had seen in the other territories, to see a crew so devoted, a fan base insane, that working in that little shitty building was unbelievably crazy. Just a mile above everything else.
Best payoff for a single event?
Best payoff would have been, for me, the 1997 November to Remember. We got ripped. Me and Scott both promised the same thing. Both of us got ripped off about half, but it was by far the single most payoff I'd gotten for a single shot.
Favorite or easiest type of stipulation match to work?
Cage matches are a breeze. Typically, gimmick matches can be easy. If you're working with somebody that's dangerous, can cause problems. But bull rope matches always were hard for me because there's always this chain or something in between you that you're having to step over and get entangled up in. But the battle royals, as the fans know, is just a throwaway. And the cage matches are pretty straightforward and simple. So those to me were always the easiest.
Favorite airport, if you have one?
The favorite?
Airport.
Airport, Pittsburgh.
Fine answer.
Because it's I'm coming. Pittsburgh, the TSA in Pittsburgh, best in the country. They know me there. It's always an easy jaunt getting through, and it's a smaller airport, so easy to get through.
Anytime you no-showed a show?
Not intentionally. Or either like Chris had me booked somewhere and I didn't know it, or vice versa. And there was one time in WCW where my flight had gotten screwed up and I didn't make the shot. Never intentionally, never would take somebody's money and skip out.
And the last one before Chris gets you is first time you saw a wrestler carry a gun.
Oh, Bill Watts. I guess would have been. I'm sure there were a lot of guys carrying that I was unaware of at that time. But to actually like walk into the office and see a gun laying there, young kid like me, what do you need a gun for in a wrestling office, right? Who doesn't need a gun in the wrestling office now? But yeah, it's crazy.